Arise, shine, it's your time. Listen, I know a lot of us are having or maybe going through a little bit of anxiety, this ready to get out the house. You have a strong desire to want stuff to go back to the norm, but ask yourself this question: why? If you want stuff just to go back to the usual 9 to 5, usual regular routine, and you're not going to take this time to really reestablish, refocus, rededicate yourself into doing the things you desire to do, then what's the whole point? Listen, we are here on a assignment. You have a mission that you need to complete, and God wants to give you every tool, every need that you desire to complete this mission. There's no point for us to be sitting around just letting time pass, just waiting for things to get back into the usual scheduled program. No, I believe this is a time that if you seek God, if you diligently seek Him, He will give you the desires of your heart. That thing that you've been waiting for, the thing that you've been trying to do, but it comes to this. You got to trust and believe. What am I saying? Trust and believe that He's a rewarder to those who diligently seek Him. Trust and believe that this is the opportunity of a lifetime for you to get things back on track, for you to come out of debt, for you to come up and to be the person, to be the woman, to be the man of God that you're supposed to be, to get things back in line with the Father. See, God wants you to desire Him and the things of Him and be about His business. Listen, you've been brought here with a purpose. You've been brought here because God trusted you. He says, I have placed something in you. You have a seed within you that He wants to get to the forefront, that He wants you to plant into this earth realm, that people will glorify Him. Now listen, like I said, if you're just thinking like this is just another opportunity, I'm just going to take it easy, I'm tired, then I think you're going to miss the whole purpose of this thing. Now listen, I'm not saying God brought this because God doesn't need to bring no plague. He don't need to bring He doesn't need to bring anything. But I think this is an opportunity. What the enemy meant for harm, it can turn out for your good. What am I saying? I'm saying that you can get yourself back to the place where God has predestined you to be at, to be in the position where God has assigned you to be in, to do the thing that God has called you to do. Now listen, it's going to take a commitment. It's going to take rededication. It's going to take trust. It's going to take you getting back to that position where you said, if I'm not doing the things of God, then I don't want to be doing it. That's what this is all about. This is getting a desire. This is getting a hunger. This is getting a thirst once again. Now see, now a desire is not just like a want. A desire is deeper than that. A desire is like, I have to have it. I have to do it. I got to go all in. I can't remain the same because God's not calling me. He's calling me and you to be great. He's calling us to be the light. I told you last week that you are the light. Arise and shine, for this is your time. That's why it's important to get a desire back for the things of God. What is God calling you to do? What is God asking you to do? What is God showing you in this season, this time, in this very moment that you need to act on? Stop being reactive and start being proactive. That means we got to get ahead of this thing as the church. God says that He said, I revealed the mysteries unto you. It's been given to us to know things before it happens. It's people out there, business should be blossoming. It's people out there who what God has called them to do, they should be out on every social media. Their songs should be written. It's things that you should be doing right now, that you should be so far ahead of the game. But what happened? No, we got relaxed. We got used to the regular routine. We didn't have a desire for the things of God. And now we're behind the curve. But God is going to supernaturally get us back in position. But first, you got to get a desire. You got to get that hunger. You got to get that thirst. I mean, when you're hungry, you're starving. You know, when you're thirsty, you don't want a sip of a drink. You want the whole drink. You want to get yourself rehydrated. And that's what you got to have a mindset to get a hunger and thirst for. God says that he will give you the desires of your heart if you hunger and thirst for it. I mean, he wants you to be all in. He wants you to be committed. He don't want a part-time relationship with you no more. God says that he's a jealous God. And since he's a jealous God, that means he wants our primary focus to be about his thing, about what he wants to do, about his business, about why he has called us here. Now, people of God, as you reflect, as you go back in your prayer time, as you go back with your meditation, as you got this time in this isolation and this mandatory staying at home, I want you to ask yourself, what is the desires of my heart? What is God saying to me? What is God requiring of me? I believe this is a time that the church has to rise up. This is a time where the church of God has to get refocused and rededicated back to the things of God. It's about time for us to get back to our Father's business and be about his business. Because when you're about his business, he takes care of your business. That means everything that you've been asking for, everything that you've been praying for, everything that you've been looking for is right there once you refocus, recenter yourself, and connecting to the source. Jesus says that he is the light of the world. I told you last week, and light means I am the provision. He's that very thing that you need in this time. You don't have to lean on anything else, but if you lean to him, if you go to him, if you desire him, just like when we desired our wives and our husbands, when we were seeking after boyfriends and girlfriends, we was doing all things, we desired them. It was a passion. We really wanted them. That's how God wants you to come after him. Just that same way that you're willing to do whatever it takes to be in his presence, whatever it takes to be in his arena, whatever it takes to be back in his presence. That's what we're going for. That's what we got to do. So people, God, I just want to share this quick little encouragement, this a quick little, just get focused, get persistent, get after it, have a desire for the things of God, not just wanting, but a desire, having a hunger and thirst to go forth. I pray right now that your minds are refocused, that your minds are rededicated, and you're about God's business. God bless you. God bless you. Remember, dream it, start it, finish it.